Peace and blessings, world, and welcome to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a fresh take on this week's hot topics. And it's a serious week this week. But before I get started, I gotta introduce the panel. Always normally to the right of me, but always got to start with my man Bo 2.0. Man, how you feeling, Bo? Talk to me.
I'm feeling good. Upset with my Eagles right now, but other than that, I'm feeling good. Let's get it.
Okay, we got the Iceman, Amir Drake in the building. How you feeling, Ice? Talk to me. Ice, can you hear me? Okay.
Yo,
Yeah, Ice, how you feeling today? Okay. All right, sounds good, sounds good. Mr. Professional couldn't be with us today. He does have a death in his family, so just want to send some love to Mr. Professional and his wife. Hope all is well. But let's get right to it, man. My first question. After 6 weeks of football, Kansas City is still looking like kings of the whole AFC. Everybody knows me, knows I'm a serious Baltimore Raven fan. My Ravens took a swing, got hit in the mouth. But my question is, and I'm going to start with you, Bo, who is the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC right now?
The biggest threat to Kansas City to me is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the reason I got the Pittsburgh Steelers is because they have a top 5 defense and they have a proven quarterback that have won the Super Bowl. It's only 2 quarterbacks in the AFC that won the Super Bowl right now, and that's Big Ben and Pat Mahomes. Now, Cam Newton been there before, but besides that, you look at all the other contenders in the AFC. Who do you trust? Who do you trust more than Big Ben in the playoffs? Besides Pat Mahomes, do you trust Ryan Tannehill? Do you trust Lamar Jackson? Do you trust who? Do you trust Phillip Rivers? Who else? Do you trust? Do you trust Baker Mayfield if they make the playoffs? No. So I like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they'll be the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs.
Okay, interesting. I'm not going to rebuttal just yet. I want to go to the Ice Man, and I want to hear his perspective before I bring mine into the situation. So talk to me, Ice. Right now, it's looking like Kansas City is still kings of the hill. Okay, Ravens swung and missed. Bills swung and missed. The only person that could draw blood right now is Vegas. So who do you think is the true threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC right now?
I gotta stick with the home team, man. I gotta go with the Bills, man. I mean, our once our defense, we're known for defense. Our defense has been playing horrible this year, but I got a feeling, McDermott, he's a defensive coach, so I got a feeling he chewed, he chewed our boys out the last 2 weeks because we've been horrible. But I mean, if you watched the game last week, it really wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? Like the Tennessee game, the score really didn't reflect itself as far as the game. Like the score looked crazy, but the game, we lost that game. And we was in position to beat the Chiefs as well. So I'm not counting my Bills out.
Okay, and I'm gonna have to say this: 2 powerful teams you guys brought up. I wish I could say my Ravens right now, even though we made some moves and stuff right now, but I gotta go with the Tennessee Titans. And the reason why I'm gonna say the Tennessee Titans because they handled your Bills, Ice, and then also they was in that championship game last year. Like it's not like the Kansas City Chiefs smoked them. They had a real opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, and then they followed that up 5-0. So
Yeah.
they are better than what people realize in that as advertised. And one of the mistakes that my Ravens have made when we played the Chiefs, we tried to blitz them. Obviously, Pat Mahomes is too good to get blitzed all game. But the Tennessee Titans got the offensive line, they got a running game, and really they got enough to go ahead and keep Pat Mahomes on the bench. Because if Pat Mahomes got an opportunity on that field, it's a good chance that he's going to score. And then when you look at this run right here, Derrick Henry can pull this out at any moment in a game. That could be first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, or fourth quarter. So I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. And they did your Bills kind of dirty, actually, Ice. So
No,
that's
Derrick Henry did our Bills dirty. Derrick Henry did my Bills dirty.
Hey,
I hear
let me
you.
ask you, so do you trust Ryan Tannehill though in the playoffs?
I trust Ryan Tannehill to be like a Brad Johnson, to be like Trent Dilfer, to be like a Rich Gannon. Somebody that is not going to make a whole lot of mistakes. The offensive line is doing the job that an offensive line needs to do. And, my
Absolutely.
Ravens, my Ravens just picked up Yannick and Yakwe. We just put Dez on the practice squad. But if our offensive line is just going to keep letting people come through the middle and mess with my MVP caliber quarterback, it's going to be hard to really do work. So Tennessee is nice, steady, strong, and they punching people in the mouth. So sounds good. And speaking about the Bills, man, my next question is kind of dealing with the Bills. Bills started out real strong. Josh Allen was first 3 games was in the MVP conversation. Ice,
First four.
yeah, first 4, yeah, Ice.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm gonna start this with you, man. Is the Bills coming back to earth?
Oh man, we good, man. Ain't nothing to worry about. It's just a little hiccup. It's better to have it now than later, So I got
42
so much
minutes
confidence
to
in
hit.
like listen, man. Like I said, the actual score it really doesn't do the game any justice. We lost that game. We had 10 penalties. Like it wasn't like they just flat out blew us out. Like if you watch the game, you like, damn, we still had a chance to win in the fourth quarter. But the punt returner, he fumbled the ball. The kick returner fumbled the ball. Like so, I still think we got a chance, man. Like I still think we're gonna win the division. Miami's looking good though, but I think we're gonna win the division. We got one of the toughest schedules in the league this year, so that's gonna help out in the long run. We playing all the heavy hitters, especially in the AFC. We still got Pittsburgh. So we got Seattle. Like we got some heavy hitters this season, so it's gonna toughen us up, and I feel as though we're gonna be fine come playoff time.
Okay, so what about your quarterback? Do you think he can continue? I mean, he did have a hot start, man. Like I even picked him up in fantasy because he was putting those touchdowns together like that. Do you feel like they starting to figure out Mr. Josh Allen? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when Josh came out, he wasn't even one of the top quarterbacks that they was talking about. He's really surprised everybody this year with the job
hmm
that he's doing. So, do you think people
hmm
are starting to figure him out, or you think he's going to continue to
Nah,
toil?
nah, we missed our deep ball threat. John Brown was out that Titans game. He came back last week, but he was really more so like a decoy. You could see him out there limping. So once we get to 100%, and um, like our defense is banged up as well. Like our starting linebacker Milano's out, so we banged up. Levi Wallace is out. So once everything gets fully healthy, like we'll be right back to where we was the first 4 weeks. That's just me.
Okay, okay,
I have
all
faith.
right,
I have faith in my quarterback. I love my quarterback. I've been saying it for years. We got us a franchise quarterback.
okay, Bo 2.0. Talk to me, man. I know you over there upset with your franchise quarterback, but have the Bills these past 2 weeks been brought back down to earth? Are they still that strong playoff contender, championship team that they look like in the first 4 games?
It was just showing them where they at as far as the team right now. I mean, the 2 teams they lost to, they 4-2. They lost to the team that was in the AFC Championship game last year. They lost to Tennessee. They lost to Kansas City. You know what I mean? So
hmm
it's just showing where you at as a team. Obviously, Josh Allen been playing good football, but at the end of the day, from him to beat somebody in the playoffs, he's gonna have to become a better thrower. because nobody's going to let him beat them with his legs. You know what I mean? And they're going to have to be able to run the ball. But other than that, they'll be okay. They should still win that division. It ain't going to be no pushover because obviously the Patriots are well coached and they have a quarterback that's been playing. Cam Newton, he got something to prove this year, so he been playing good ball. I'm not gonna get off the train with them yet. I think they'll make the playoffs, but it just show you where they at as a team. You know what I mean? Like I said, they lost to Kansas City and Tennessee, two teams that was in the AFC Championship game last year. So they'll be okay. They got to go through growing pains. They'll be all right.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all.
And Bo, that's the Yeah, go ahead.
I thought their defense would be a little better than what it is so far, though. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like our defense has been shaky this year.
Yeah. It's like when you think of Buffalo, you think about their defense. You thought their offense would be be underneath their defense, but it's actually the offense better than their defense right now. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
They got to figure that out. But other than that, they'll be okay.
Okay. And that's almost like a perfect segue, because speaking of shaky, you got the Miami Dolphins right now. Okay. And Fitzpatrick always starts off quick. Always starts off, but they 3-3 right now. They got the Rams coming in, and the coach is deciding to go with the future, deciding to go with the young guy, with Tua. He's about to start. Bo, I'm gonna start with you on this one, man. Do you feel like this is a good idea to start Tua against the Rams and Aaron Donald?
Man, all I know is Tua's first two games are going to be against Aaron Donald and Chandler Jones for the Arizona Cardinals. And if you look for since both of them boys been in the league, they are top 1 and 2 in sacks. So I don't know if this was the original plan that he was going to play after the bye week, no matter what. But hey, it's out of this. Out of Miami think they can make the playoffs this year, and they feel like Tua give them the best chance, or they feel like Fitzmagic is doing too good, and they want to lose games because they want to get a top 10 pick. I don't know, but we gonna see. I hope their line is good enough to block for them, because I don't think their line is that good. And you put a kid in there that just came off an injury, a bad injury with that line. I don't know. We gonna see. I hope he's ready. I hope he's fully healthy. I mean, that's all.
Before I go to Ike on this one, you're not just talking about any kid. You're talking about Tua Tagovailoa, national champion, phenom, the guy that everybody was supposedly tanking for last year. Now, he is coming off a bad injury, but fully healthy, this young man got talent. So
he do. He do got talent, but my thing is, what's the rush? We seen Pat Mahomes sit a whole year, and look at him. We seen him sit. He's the best quarterback I've seen talent-wise with my own 2 eyes, and he sit his whole rookie season. Why?
Rodgers did too.
Aaron Rodgers said both of them gonna be Hall of Fame quarterbacks when they get done. Well, Aaron Rodgers already a Hall of Fame quarterback. Pat Mahomes should be a Hall of Fame quarterback if he stay healthy.
So you feel like it was because they sat? You feel like it's because they sat is what made them good, or you think these guys just talents anyway? Aaron Rodgers, it was either going to be Aaron Rodgers or Alex Smith on being the first pick.
Aaron Rodgers said the first couple years to be exact. But you sit and learn. You learn the game. You get better in practice. You know what I mean? You catch up with the speed of the NFL. You know what I mean? Totally different in college. So, like I said, I don't know if this was the original plan. I don't see the rest. Fitz playing good ball. They 3-3. I mean, even if you do make the playoffs, it's the Miami Dolphins. Like, are we really think they're gonna make the Super Bowl? Like, come on. Them going 6-10 is a good season for them this year. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I just hope he fully healthy. That's all I can say.
Okay. Ice, jump in on this one, man. What you think? The young boy, Tagovailoa, coming in, man. Fitzpatrick sitting on the bench. Is it too early, or is it time for the young boy to go ahead and cook?
I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but then again, I understand the business. Like, this is the guy you basically tanked for. You got the guy you tanked for. It's midway through the season. I mean, I kind of thought Tua was coming in the midway of the season, so it's not shocking to me. But I mean, what Fitz just won two in a row, and then he get benched. I mean, I feel where he's coming from, where he said, he's brokenhearted, but he's just gonna have to be that veteran, and he's gonna have to guide Tua, like show him the ropes, show him how to be a prof, how to be.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Got you. Got you. Yeah. Good point, Ice. Good point. So, Bo, you talked about Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers got a chance to go against the guy who a lot of people who watch football currently consider as their GOAT. And I'm not even gonna lie, man. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to show off. He got an opportunity to see Brady head to head, and he went there and laid a complete egg. Complete egg, man. What was your thoughts, man, on this Bay versus Bay, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady? What you think about that game?
I'm more impressed with Tampa Bay, not as far as their offense, because obviously when they got Tom Brady, we knew their offense was going to be good. I'm impressed with their defense. I didn't think their defense would be this good right now. They got a top 5 defense. They are balling right now. And I mean, Green Bay was 4-0. They had a bad game. We didn't expect them to go 16-0, did we? They had a bad game. He came into Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay just lost to Chicago last week. And you remember when Brady didn't know what down it was? They was pissed off about that. So they had a bad game, and Tampa Bay took advantage of it.
And to be honest with you, that's why I thought Tampa Bay was going to lose, because the fact that they did lose to the Chicago Bears, I was like, nah, Green Bay going to come in there and show these guys who's ball. But really, he crumbled. Is Tampa Bay's defense good?
Man, Tampa Bay defense is balling right now. And Green Bay, obviously, they without Devontae Adams. Can you name one receiver for the Green Bay Packers that's named Devontae Adams?
Equipment is St. Brown.
I don't know who that is. So, I'm pretty sure half our audience don't know who that is either. So, but hey, like I said, Green Bay was 4-0. Had a bad game. They'll be all right. They're gonna win that division, so they'll be all right. It's football. Any given Sunday, and Tampa Bay, they balled out the other day, last Sunday. So yeah, they'll be all right.
All right, man. Hey, Bo, you making it sound good. I feel like you letting Mr. Rogers off the hook. How do you feel about this Brady versus Rogers? Because Rogers laid an egg. You supposed to be the man. You supposed to be the second coming.
What game?
It's a difference between the GOAT and the king, bro. Like Brady, man. Y'all really thought Brady was gonna come off a loss like that and not be fired up and not be ready? Like, man, Brady, y'all know how Brady is, man. I was shocked at the score. They blew him out. But like Bo said, who are the other receivers besides Devontae Adams? So, and that's pretty much always been Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's always
Exactly.
had a bunch of no
Nobody.
names on his team. Yeah, so I'll just put it like this, man. Packers are gonna be around in the playoffs, and so will the Bucks. Like right now, Seattle's looking like the favorite to me to come out the NFC. But we're gonna be seeing these two teams again in December.
Okay. But do you feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to be ready? Because, what this really reminds me of, you talk about generational gap earlier. You got Tom Brady, who was Buck Bus. You got Aaron Rodgers, who was T.I.
Mm-hmm.
And that old school boy was just like, come in. Like, you don't think Tom Brady got excited that Aaron Rodgers was
Absolutely. He had that circled on his calendar for sure.
So where was Aaron Rodgers? How come Aaron Rodgers didn't have his game?
He
It's
had a
like,
bad
yo,
game.
Yeah,
Early.
like Bo said, it just wasn't his night. It wasn't his
He had
night.
a bad.
That's
Uh,
all.
uh, uh, you never seen a great
You
player
do
have a
for a
bad
bad
game?
game.
Yeah, it's
You do for a
16
bad
games.
game.
You seen a great player have a good game every game? No.
Yeah.
It's just we seen Tom Brady had bad game. He played bad the first game of the season when they played New Orleans.
yeah, he did.
Shit, he
I mean,
played bad last week. I mean,
can you imagine?
he wasn't Tom Brady.
Can you imagine
Right.
can you imagine if Aaron Rodgers ever had some of the talent that Tom Brady had on offense? Like, come on. Look at Tom Brady weapons right now. They are loaded everywhere. He got three of everything. Three of
Yeah,
everything.
he's definitely loaded. He is definitely loaded. So I guess I mean you bring up a good question. We already talked about the AFC. Who's the favorite in the NFC? Like who are the Kansas City Chiefs, the Titans, the Ravens, the Steelers? Who is that on the NFC side? Drake, I'm gonna start with you this time. Ice, talk to me, man.
On
Who
the
are your favorite teams on
on
the
the
NFC
AFC,
side? On the NFC
NFC or
side,
AFC? Oh, NFC.
NFC.
Um,
Yeah.
NFC. Let's see. Seattle. Um, Tampa Bay. Uh, the Bucks. Um, the Bears.
Mm.
The Bears have been looking real good. Everybody else to me is. I'll go with them.
Yeah, that NFC East boy, that's woo.
That NFC,
That
that
breaks my heart
NFC
right
lease,
there.
that NFC lease is crazy. Like whoever
And you know,
win
I'm
this
really
game tonight gonna be at the top of the division. That's crazy to me. Like if the
and
Giants
I
win, they'll be at the top of the division.
and Ice, I'm really surprised, man. I was so wrong. I gotta admit, I was wrong. I thought the Cowboys was going to be something because, funny, they didn't need CD Lamb. He was definitely a luxury
Yeah,
pick, but when you got Amari Cooper on one side, Michael Gallup on the other side, and you put in CD
yeah,
Lamb in the
they
slot,
loaded,
I
man.
thought they,
They loaded.
I thought they were dropping 35, 40 on everybody every week. Like, I'm
I thought
surprised
they
at
was
them.
gonna run. I thought they was gonna run through the division. To be honest, I thought they was gonna run through the division.
Absolutely. I'm
You
also
know?
surprised about the Atlanta Falcons. I know people have a lot of fun talking trash about the Falcons, but the Falcons had entirely too much talent to be 0-5. Like I'm really happy that
Yeah,
they got a victory this week,
yeah,
but
yeah.
there's just too much talent to be 0-5. But Bo, talk to me, man. Who you think is going to be a problem in the NFC?
Um, the NFC to me is wide open, but I'm picking three of these teams. I'm not it's between these three teams that would be in the Super Bowl, and that's Seattle, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay. I don't somebody else will have to get hot for me to feel like they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, you can always say New Orleans. Chicago playing decent ball right now, but I'm not sold on them. Their next three games to tell the truth of how good they really are. The Rams playing decent ball, but I'm not really sold on them either. So yeah, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and Seattle. And my favorite right now is obviously Seattle because they don't want undefeated. So they undefeated, and I trust their quarterback. I mean, and I trust Tom Brady too, and I trust Aaron Rodgers. You got three quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl. So if you want Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, they all in the NFC. Nick Foles got a Super Bowl ring. Drew Brees got a Super Bowl ring. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, they all got Super Bowl rings. So that's who you trust. But I got Seattle is my favorite. I got Seattle, and Russell Wilson is the leading MVP candidate right now.
Okay, and I'm gonna go a little off script, man. Just to bring up the Falcons again. Raheem Morris finally getting the opportunity to coach again. Falcons looked pretty good last week. Ice, do you think he has an opportunity to keep this job, or you think he's just interim? He holding the spot. He gonna be packing that office up at the end of the year.
I don't even know if he would want that job. Like to be honest, I mean,
I think he
of
won it.
course he will want to be. Of course he will want the job, but man, like they just got so many holes to fill with the organization, not even with the team. Like with the organization, it starts with the organization. Like I mean, they got rid of their coach, the GM, but now you gotta this off season. Now you gotta figure out what you're gonna do. Are you gonna keep Raheem? Are you gonna you got to get a new GM. It's when you dealing with the business side of it, it could get frustrating because you never know who they're gonna hire. Like you don't know who they bringing in. Like we just seen it in basketball with Brooklyn. Like nobody expected Steve Nash to be the head coach when you just had a black coach get these boys to the playoffs and had these boys playing without his star players. Like nobody expected that. So, and we all know how it is when it comes to the black coaches, how they opportunities come and go. Like, who knows? Raheem Morris, his reputation might be he's a career assistant coach. We don't know, but we know this is how the system works. So it's going to be interesting to see. That's why I was saying I don't know if he even wants the job, but he probably does want the job. But the politics of the job will definitely we gonna see. You know if they play a part in the offseason.
Okay, and Ice, did you hear that Thomas Dimitrov felt blindsided? Like he didn't even realize his job was on the line. Like, does that speak to a
Man,
level of comfort or just
what is?
obliviousness?
Oh my God! What is he talking about? How? How? On
Uh,
paper, you have not only a you have a top five team in the league on paper. Like Super Bowl contender, if you look at this roster, Super Bowl contender off the bat.
and that's probably why Thomas Dimitrov thought he was safe because he's like, I'm putting it together. Maybe he thought the head coach was going to get it, but Arthur Blank is known
Nah,
as loyal, mild
nah.
mannered. He'll stick behind you. But I just felt
You
like
gotta
Thomas
go. You gotta
Dimitrov,
go too. You
yeah,
gotta
gotta
go
go.
too.
Bo, what's your
Yeah.
thoughts on Raheem Morris's chances of sticking as the Atlanta Falcons head coach?
Um, I don't think he'll keep the job. I mean, the Falcons can't do nothing right. They can't even lose when they're supposed to lose. What you winning for? You supposed to be losing. You supposed to be taking it and try to get one of them young boys, man. You need to be getting a top 5 pick just to fill Trevor Lawrence. Can you imagine Trevor Lawrence down here where he's from in Georgia throwing the ball to Julio Jones? But I don't think Julio be there no more. They need to get rid of both of them.
You think they should get rid of Julio?
They need to trade Julio in. I need to trade Julio in Matt Ryan. I feel like what's up? My fault. My fault, Dad. Yeah,
They
I
said,
know. Yeah, they need to trade both of them. Yeah,
where should Julio go? Shout out
yeah,
everybody you're listening to Fresh Perspective, man. Hey, listen, we real, we raw, and we live right now. So talk
yeah.
to me, man. Where should Julio Jones go?
I don't know where he should go, but Atlanta need to trade him and get the most what they can get for him right now. Him and Matt Ryan. Dallas can use a quarterback right now. Go get Matt Ryan. It's a lot of teams that can use a quarterback. Why not get rid of him and get what you can get for him?
Personally, I wouldn't
What
even
do you,
fool with Julio Jones. Julio Jones asks for a new contract every 2 years, man.
I
I
mean,
don't know. I love Julio.
if you consider the best player at your position, won't you ask for a new contract? Don't you feel like you should be paid like the number one guy?
I ain't even gonna lie. I probably would. Shout out to Julio Jones for getting his money.
Hey
But
man, I'm sorry. I got distracted. This is the butt bowl, man. Okay, us and the Giants, we are fucking terrible. Okay, we
keep
are
your head in
terrible.
the game. Keep your
This
head in the
doesn't
game.
make no sense, man. This is crazy.
Now, speaking of organizational chaos, what's going on with these Cowboys? And Bo, like me and Ice kind of talked about it a little bit right now, but I swear, man, I thought the Cowboys was going to be running through the NFC, not even just the NFC East, but the NFC. Talk to me about what's going on with these Cowboys, man. Whether it's just how come they losing so much?
I mean, they don't have Dak right now, but their defense is terrible. Somebody said the Dallas Cowboys defense might be the worst defense they ever seen. Like everybody's averaging, everybody down there scoring 30 or more on them every game. They don't play so far this season.
Look,
Um,
Christian Kirk looked like Jerry Rice, man. He looked like Randy Moss on that play.
so then they got players that's they not sold on Mike McCarthy. They don't they I don't know. It's just it's a big chaos going on in Dallas right now, man. Jared Jones did this. He need to figure it out. He got himself in this. He better figure it out. But it's complete chaos over there right now in Wally World. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Is Mike McCarthy one and done?
I don't know because Jared basically handpicked him, right? So you gotta really. Then Dak is not playing; he's hurt. So I don't think he's one and done because he is a proven coach. I mean, he does have a ring. You know what I mean? He does have a winning record as a coach. I would consider him one and done, but I don't know. They call pass interference on that, man. What the fuck?
Keep your head in the game, bro. You wear your heart on your sleeve.
Crazy,
Man,
yeah,
man.
I don't think he one and done. I don't think he one and done, but I don't know, man. Dallas got to figure. Dallas probably end up winning the division. That's how sorry the NFC East is. Because Dallas is terrible, but the whole division is terrible. So it really don't matter. And they the only
crazy, man.
And everybody.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
I mean, the only team that's really fully healthy in the NFC East is the Washington Redskins, and they don't even have a real name. I mean, my bad, the Washington football team. So I mean, yeah, man. I don't know.
Okay, Ice. I mean, Zeke Elliott, one of the top running backs in the league, and he was just giving that ball out. Just how he fumbled twice in the game, man. It's some, what's your thoughts on the Cowboys? Is it Mike McCarthy? Is it Zeke? Is it all right? Our leader's gone. Like, what's going on with them guys?
Well, Zeke is an Ohio State guy, so he's been fumbling the ball for a long time. Like, this ain't nothing new. He's been coughing the ball up. But it's just with the Cowboys, it's got to be the culture, man. Like, we've been for too long. This has been America's team for too long, and they ain't won shit. Like, they ain't won since what? They beat us in the Super Bowl? When the last time they won the Super Bowl?
It's been a long time, brother. It's somebody got to be.
Like, for them to still be considered America's team is crazy to me. Like, that should have been switched over to the Patriots. But, Dallas is, $1 billion business. So, of course, they still going to get, they can be 0-15. They still going to get Monday night games and Thursday night primetime games. Like, they still going to get the Thanksgiving game. Like, it's just the brand. But, I mean, they really need some organizational changes, and it starts with Jerry's world. I don't care how much you put into a million, damn near, multi-million-dollar practice field. It ain't working. The culture got to change.
Right, and you thought that getting rid of Jason Garrett was going to allow that culture to change, and like you said, you bring in a championship level coach, in Mike McCarthy, and you really think that it was supposed to change, but it's really looking bad. Like, I feel like Jason Garrett is somewhere laughing his behind off because the boys are looking bad. But I tell you, I know another city that's not laughing their behind off right now. I know another city that's popping a lot of champagne, and it's LA. I mean, you got the Lakers that just won a championship in the bubble. Shout out to the LA Lakers. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. And now you got the Dodgers that I swear, Atlanta can't keep a lead, man. The Braves was up 3-1. And the Dodgers came back, man, and made it happen. Whoa, is this just
in the series, not 3-1 in the game?
All you needed was one more. Bo, is this LA's time right now? You feel like the Dodgers is gonna bring it home, or you think it was just another Atlanta team losing the lead?
First, I'm gonna talk about the Braves. Typical Atlanta teams. I keep telling folks, well, I only gonna talk about the Hawks because the Hawks been bad. Well, they ain't been bad for that long, but we never thought the Hawks, even when they were the number one seed, we never thought the Hawks was gonna make the NBA Finals. Let's be real. But when it comes to the Falcons and the Braves, they like that one girl that you just know they're gonna keep breaking your heart, and you just gonna keep letting her come back, and she gonna keep doing the same thing over and over to you. She's just gonna keep breaking your heart. And them being up 3-1, I don't even know what to say, man. Bad base running. Obviously, their pitching wasn't that good anyway to even start the playoffs. But I mean, they was doing good, and they choked. It ain't nowhere to run. They choke. And as far as the Dodgers, they done been here 3 years and 3 times in 4 years. They better get it done. I mean, if they don't get it done this year, I mean, what you gonna do? You traded for Mookie Betts. You got one of the best players in baseball, and obviously he's out there making the difference because he's robbing everything that comes his way. If you hit the ball to him, he's taking it from you. So they better get it done this year. If not, they better be looking at a coaching change. Dave Roberts might have to go. Clay Kershaw might have to go. They better do something because they better get it done.
Okay, Ice, talk to me, man. Is this just a year for LA teams? You feel like the Dodgers are finally going to get over the hump? Talk to me about them Braves too, man. What happened, man? What happened?
Yeah, I'll start with the Braves, man. Like Atlanta and Buffalo has to be the two most cursed cities in the world, man. At least the Braves got a ring, though. At least they
They
do got
did
a
get
ring on
one.
their file.
They did get one.
But I mean, out of that one, they should have got more than that. Like they underachieved, if you ask me, back then. They had a crazy mob back then. But
3 Hall of Famers
I
in their
mean,
rotation.
they folded. They folded, man. I don't understand. But the game, what game was that where they was down 15-zip? Like that was it. That was it. Once I seen that, I was like, oh, the Braves is done. I was like, oh, the Braves are finished. Like that game took their heart. Like once them bats is going like that, you down 15-zip in the third. Oh, you're done. It's over.
Yeah,
That was it. That was it
D.
for me. That was it for me. And as far as the Dodgers, man, hey man, Kobe watching over, man. He watching over LA, man. He got them wings on him. Like I think LA is definitely pulling this one out. And rest in peace to Kobe. Like he got them angels out there for him. He used to be at both games, the Laker games, Dodger games. So it's right now it's gonna be a heartfelt championship. So I think Lakers already did theirs. Now it's time for the Dodgers to finally bring it home.
Okay, sounds good. And guys, you are watching Fresh Perspective. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Please continue to do so. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to college football. A lot of craziness happened in college football this week. And
Crazy, man.
before I get into sunshine and them guys dropping college basketball numbers on Georgia Tech, I got to talk about Nick Saban. Did Nick Saban have the same strain of COVID that our president Donald Trump had? Because 1 minute he positive, next minute he negative. He's supposed to quarantine for 14 days, but he's able to go out there and coach. So Drake, what you think about that Alabama situation with Nick Saban and how that whole COVID
Listen,
situation
man.
went down?
Listen, man. The game was on Saturday, right?
Right.
I was in the barber shop on Thursday. I told everybody in the barber shop. I said, man, I don't gamble, but I'm willing to put any amount of money that Nick Saban coaches this game against UGA on Saturday. I was right. Like when I seen he was coaching from a Zoom call, I said he probably getting tested every 20 minutes, man. Like the man beat COVID. The man beat COVID in 72 hours, man. Him and Trump, I don't know what's going on, man. He definitely had Trump on the hotline, man. Oh,
He
man,
had to have him on
he
the
had
hotline.
he had Trump and his favorites on his phone, man. Like I need what you had, Mr. President. You know what I mean? I need what you had, 45. So, man, and then for him to come coach Kirby Smart, man. Come on, bro. This man, they was better off having him coach from the Zoom call, man. I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it, man. Like Nick Saban's the GOAT. He's the greatest coach, like football coach, college wise, I've ever seen. Hands down. It's not even close.
Okay. Good take. Bo, talk to me, man. How do you feel about Nick Saban and him beating COVID in 72 hours, man? And listen, we are not making light. We are still dealing with this pandemic, and people are still in the hospital. People are still sick. People are still dying. But 1 minute Nick Saban is positive, next minute he's negative. So
Nick Saban about to be 70 like next week. Like
yeah, he definitely
he
should be
about to
on
be
risk.
70. And what, Donald Trump 78? Like how these boys beating this guy?
74.
Like, come on, man.
74. Talk to me, bro.
I guess self quarantine for 14 days only matters for the regular folks like us. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
because if they would have played somebody like, say they would have played a small school like a Georgia State or somebody like that, he probably wouldn't coach. But they played Georgia, and they played Georgia, his former coach. And I actually believe if Nick Saban wasn't there, they probably would have lost. So he wasn't going to allow that to happen. So he was going to coach regardless of the case. I was shocked when I seen it because, like I said, when it came on my phone, it was like, yeah, Nick Saban say he got tested for the last 3 or 4 days and he's COVID free or whatever. I'm like, don't you got to quarantine for 14 days? Like, I guess that don't apply for him. You know what I mean? Because he was going to coach regardless. Okay, he was going to coach regardless. They would have put him in a glass box and put him on the side of the field. And
he would have been looking like the bubble boy.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have had the bubble suit on, bro.
Exactly. He was going to coach regardless, man. So yeah, he wasn't going for it. He was going to coach regardless, no matter what. He was going to coach regardless. And obviously, Georgia did what they usually do when they see Bama. They nut up. So that's what happens. So yeah.
Okay, and just getting to some other games. Yo, Clemson dropped 73 on Georgia Tech. 73. Like that's like mad numbers. Like they were supposed to pass the sticks after 73, man. So just going into college football this week, what else stood out to you, Bo? What else did you see that you want to discuss right now on that college football front?
I mean, clearly we know Ohio State about to play their first game. The Big Ten play this week. This is going to be their first action they get. I think they're going to go play like a 7-game season or whatever. So before we even see Ohio State play, clearly the two best teams in college football are Clemson and Alabama. I mean, clearly they're ahead of everybody else. So other than that, I mean, it's college football. I mean, it's kind of weird this year because of all this COVID and stuff. You don't know who's actually going to play and who's not. You got games getting canceled left and right and stuff. But other than that, it's the same top teams like it's always be. Clemson, Bama.
So cool. Do you think it's going to help? Do you think it's going to help the Big Ten that they starting late? You think they're going to be fresher at the end of the year?
It could hurt them or it can help
them. To say that the championship is going to come out of the Big Ten this year.
My thing is, how do you decide if a Big Ten school is good qualified for a college football playoffs when they only got to play a 7-game season when you got all the other major conference playing 10 or 11 games? So they play 7 games. You got Clemson and Bama and them playing 10 or 11 games, and you play 7 games and you go 7-0. when we had to play 11 games, but you still in the conference playoffs like us. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to get a college football playoff because it's all about money. So you best to believe we're going to see that. And right now, I think it'll be Clemson, Alabama, and Ohio State. We don't know who the fourth team is going to be. Only time will tell. Is the Pac-12 even playing at all? Are they even having a season? I don't know. So we'll see.
But I mean, with the Big Ten jumping in, and you make a really good point, Ice. I mean, does a 7-0 Big Ten team deserve to even be in the college playoff?
Oh, man, that's tough, man. But the Big Ten brings in so much money to NCAA football. Like, I can honestly see it happening, especially if it's Ohio State or Michigan State. You know, somebody's gonna get into that top spot. Like, they're gonna have that playoff. Like both said, I really believe they're gonna have the playoff. Um, the game that it really wasn't no game that really caught my eye. Like this week. Once I heard Saban was coaching, I knew Bama was gonna win because Kirby Smart always just knows how to fuck it up. Um, even though Clemson was playing Georgia Tech, which is they are terrible, but 73 points is a lot of points, man. That's like playing on rookie on Madden, man. Like
Yeah.
for them to be playing not even just a regular like mid-major Division I school. They did this to a high major Division I school. Like everybody at Georgia Tech need to be kicked off the team, and the coaches need to be fired. Like you let 73 points. What are y'all even trying? Like
It's the kind of truth,
I
man.
mean, I'm just I mean I really ain't been watching college all like that. But I'm back this week because my boys is back. The Ohio State University.
Okay. You all right over there, Bo?
I don't know what to say about my Philadelphia Eagles, dog. I know we banged up, but bad quarterback play, bad defense, and bad coaching. Like
Jalen
it's
Jalen
terrible. Like
Hurts just got smacked.
if you're gonna do a read option, why not do it on first down? Why would you do it on second? Like it's
Yeah,
not like it's you got second and goal, but you like 10 yards out. It's not like it's second and goal at the 3 yard line. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing?
All right,
I
now,
don't know,
Bo, I
man.
will say this. Jalen Hurts gave your boys some life because my Ravens was smacking y'all up, and then Jalen Hurts got in the game and just gave y'all all kind of life. Do you feel like Jalen Hurts is going to work his way to getting more playing time before the end of the year?
I mean, yeah, he been playing a lot tonight. I mean, he played about between 6 to 7 snaps. He really didn't do much last week. All he did was ran one play for like a 20-yard run. That's all he did. And everybody keep talking about he gave us life. Shit, we needed
He gave
something.
y'all
Shit,
life.
we was dying. What gave us life is y'all took the foot off the gas. That's what gave us life. Y'all took the foot off the gas. Because that's the only thing that gave us life, and we still lost. Y'all gave us life, and we still lost. So it don't matter. We still died on the field. It don't matter. So I don't know, man.
Okay.
Who cares
And
about?
we're coming up to that point of the show. Once again, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. You all watching Fresh Perspective. Shout out to Big Game James, man. The show looks marvelous, man. It looks marvelous today. I'm loving it.
yeah,
But we are coming up
yes,
to our
sir.
final perspective. So I'm actually going to start it off today. My final perspective is this. We finally got a high-level boxing match. Wasn't pay-per-view. It was on ESPN. You had Lomachenko on one hand, who was the favorite, 3-division champion, looked at as the best lightweight in the division. Then you had this young bull, man, Lopez, 23 years old, who wanted all the smoke. Young man gets the title, which is good, but with boxing, I agree with Mayweather. It's too many championships. If you're going to have 4 sanctioning bodies It should be one championship for each sanctioning body. It shouldn't be no super champion. It shouldn't be no franchise champion. It's a shame that in 2020, the UFC is more popular than boxing, when boxing had over 100-year head start. Too much politics, guys. Let's get rid of all of these excess belts, and let's let the top talent fight the top talent. Too much politics. Only top-ranked fighters fight top-ranked fighters. Only PB fight that. They only fight their fighters. We need to have everybody fighting each other, and let's make the fights that the fans want to see. It kills me that when you look in ESPN and you look and see where boxing is ranked below wrestling. Can you believe that? Below wrestling. Boxing. Please get it together for the people who are diehard fans, and let's get some more casual fans in there. But that's all I got from my first perspective today. Bo, I'm actually going to end with you. So, Ice, man, talk to me. What's your final perspective?
Shout out to Griselda, man. Like they have not let my city down, man. Y'all see, I got my Buffalo hat, my West Side Gun hat. Man, Benny just put out a classic. Conway just put out a classic. Armani Caesar just put out a classic. West just put out another classic. Like it's just so, man, I'm just so proud of the movement that they're having right now. And they putting people in position to actually be successful outside of rap. They putting their peoples on. And that's what it's all about. You know, when you get on, you gotta look out for your peoples, man. And I mean, not for a handout. They all got jobs. So that's the way, that's the model that us as black people have to, you know, once we get successful, we gotta put our people in position to win as well. So, man, on top of the, you know, we still got the COVID, so everybody still be safe. But man, my hat's off to my city and Griselda.
Hey, man, 3 of my favorite albums this year came out of Buffalo. So shout out to Buffalo and what they doing hip-hop wise. It's definitely a movement up there. So, Bo 2.0, I'm going to end with you, baby boy. Talk to me. What's your final perspective?
My final perspective is the NBA Finals was like a week and a half ago, couple weeks. NBA off season. I'm excited about that. You got the draft next month. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the NBA off season, man. You got all the coaching job filled besides on the Houston Rockets. If I'm not mistaken, Jeff Van Gundy should be getting that job. It doesn't matter if he won it or not. I think he was the leading candidate. I just want to see what the top team's going to do. I want to see what Golden State going to do. I want to see what Philly going to do. I want to see if Houston's going to get rid of Westbrook or Harden or keep them both. I'm excited about the NBA offseason, man. That's what I'm more excited about. And my Eagles, yeah, Carson Wentz, it's time, dog. It's time. It might be time for you to go, big dog. Yeah, but other than that, that's all I got to say. Everybody stay safe and stay blessed.
Perspective. Okay. And once again, thank you everybody for tuning into the show. Shout out to the Stanfield family. Sorry for your loss again. Just sending love and good vibration family. Shout out to Mr. Worldwide. We missed you tonight, but I know you're going to be back next week. But we definitely keeping it going. And we trying to get some of that good Griselda energy and trying to make our way to the top. But thank you so much, guys. Peace and blessings.